Just testing because it froze, but it gave me a thing for a update to fix maybe the freeze issue. So can I make that private? Will it stay private? Say we have trouble saving your video. Try 5 seconds. Okay, good. Let me see. Studio can update. Check 1 2 3 1 2 3. Let me refresh that. Stream on spot is running. Okay. 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 Oh, the chat actually, it actually works. Let me see if it, let me see. If I do this, will it pop up? It's so weird that I don't, to me it shows up as the name of the emote and not the picture, but on my phone it pops up as the picture itself. Okay. So we've been having some crazy issues. What's up, Nate? That's what moved. Okay. I know some moves. Enjoying dinner from the wife's work. Her second last day. What you have for dinner? Beef, Rogan, Josh Curry. Did you say what? Do you mean beef stroganoff? Basmati rice is fire though. No, Rogan Josh. Rogan Josh. I have no idea what you're trying to say. Rogan Josh, also spelled Rogan Josh or Rogan Ghost, is an aromatic cured meat dish originating from cashew. Never heard of it. Never heard that. What the hell? How would that even have happened? What? How did my phone that I'm not touching time you out? What the hell? I don't even know how I did that. What the hell just happened? As you see, I'm looking this way, and you got timed out. I don't know if you're still there. What the hell? Let me see. What? I don't even know how do I untime you out? Like, there's no way to untime you out. That don't even make sense. Oh my god. What? How did it do that? I can't do that unless I physically grab my phone, press your name, let the tab come down, and then press timeout user, or put user in timeout. Is my other phone hacked? Okay, he just messaged me. Okay. Bro, I have no idea what the hell just happened. As you can see, I was looking at the screen. So I have this. This is my main phone. This is my phone. This is my phone. Remember I told you I couldn't get on. Well, you've been here for a while. When we start over here, then we went to the other side. Remember I told you I couldn't get on my regular account to type. So I couldn't get on my regular account to type, so I had to use another phone, and that was the Slade. Forced to habit, I always turn the Slade phone on, and I just use the watch stream because if anything happens to this account again, then I can use that to moderate chat. But for me to do that, I have to go over here. I have to grab the phone. I have to touch your name, and then put user timeout. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. It did it on its damn own. But it said that Slade did it. This is Slade. Yeah, I apologize. That is the first time that's ever happened. But it's weird. Because nothing was touching the screen. It just like did it on its own. But that's crazy. And you know what you say on a message about your wife being a chef, and sometimes you guys have fancy things. That's dope. That's really dope, actually. But that Rogan Josh, never heard that. Actually, when you got timed out, I was actually opening a new tab so I can see what Rogan Josh was, because I'd never heard of it, and it's like, and I wonder if maybe is there. Oh, okay, Bell Rogan Josh. Oh, you wrote down what the description was. Okay. Indian lamb curry. Ooh, that sounds bomb, actually. Looks tasty. Looks very tasty. I wouldn't mind some curry right now. Curry sounds bomb. Well, like I said, I apologize. I was honestly testing because I got an update to my phone, and not update to my phone. I'm sorry. I have an update I've been pushing off on my OBS, and it sent me a secondary update to fix crashes. So I was trying to see if I can do the crash update without doing the overall update, because the overall update I can't use on my laptop right now. It for whatever reason. So you see my hands here. For whatever reason, my I think it's my GPU. Even though it should be able to do it, but my GPU is not. It doesn't allow my GPU to behave. He's so silly. I didn't do it, man. That phone has a mind of its own. All of a sudden, I have no idea what did that. It just triggered, and I looked up and I was like, and I look over and it had that little box that pop up with the selection. I was like, my phone. It timed him out. That's crazy. That's wild. Oh, that's hella wild. But yeah, It's okay, sir. That's crazy. That's the first time that's ever happened. Oh. I mean, it's an old phone, so it could just be doing its own thing because the screen is cracked. So maybe it's just deteriorating. The phone is from 2014, 15, or 15, 16, one of those two. No, not 15, 16, because actually, it might be 15, because that's the second one. I had two. First one, the screen got cracked because of the job I was working. Then I got that one as a replacement phone. So 15, 16, casually dropping the van. Bro, like I said, you have to, for me to do that, you have to see. I got the 5-day ban from all of Reddit. That takes effort. How do you do it? How do you get a 5-day ban from Reddit? Reddit lets all kind of stuff play on there. What did you say? But yeah, I was just testing to see if it was gonna let me go live. I'll be live again. Let's see what time it's 3:57. I'll be live again tomorrow, and then also Thursday on Real Fan Sports. We got a video dropping tomorrow for Real Fan Sports. It's which one is it? It's tomorrow is it's the Ultra video, dark side of Ultra video. You said they have like murders and hardcore on there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They have all kind of crazy stuff on there. So I'm like, what did you do to get a 5-day ban? You got a 5-day ban, not a timeout, a 5-day ban. What craziness was you talking on Reddit? That's crazier than what's already on there. Because they got all kind of stuff on there. So we need 2 more. I gotta do 2 more thumbnails. Yeah, but like I said, we got a video dropping tomorrow. And I think I'm gonna do a live stream on Thursday for which game was it? I worked on a thumbnail. Say, man, my state had a shooting involving cops and an Aboriginal guy, so people have been protesting on the news. Oh, really? That's crazy because we had a shooting yesterday. A woman went into a school of all places and took out six people, 3 adults and 3 children. The senseless death when they can prevent a lot of it by adding registration and regulation to some of the weapons. Some guns don't need to be on the streets, man. They don't need to be in people's hands. But that's a topic for a whole other day. But yeah, we do have a video dropping tomorrow in a couple hours, or later on today, sorry. I'm gonna edit some thumbnails, and I'll have another one dropping either Thursday or Friday. Thing is, he held his ex-partner hostage for 4 hours at knife point, then charged the cops with the knife. So one side's like, why shoot him? The other side's like, yeah, did you read the story? In situations like that, I never understood why shoot to kill if they only have a knife. You can shoot to wound, but that's just me. You know? I never understood that. Especially if they only have a knife. Like, they only have a knife. Shoot the wound. Because that pain is instant. But, you know, like most police, military, whatever forces here, it's not shoot to wound. But that's a very interesting conversation. Oh, they didn't go U.S. cop yeah, that's even worse. They don't even shoot. They do it like they empty clips, reload and do it again. Like, you don't think that person dead? Is your aim that bad? But they give him speed holes. Speed holes. I wonder, did that video do any different on my channel? Oh, see, that video got 2,000 views. Okay. And this was 176. Okay. That one got 19. Okay. Well, is the person who held the significant other hostage the only one that got harmed or injured or shot or killed? But another topic, the Indian lamb curry. That's basically what it is. Rogan Josh. I just never heard. I've heard of Indian lamb curry, but never heard it by that name. But I've definitely heard of Indian lamb curry. It's interesting. I wonder, Rogan Josh, why is it that name? What's the significance of that name? So yeah, just him. Cops' cameras ran out, so they're all pleading cover up. It was 4 hours. Oh, I mean, I'm not sure if I'd go with the cover thing, because it's not like they did anything else. Be different if he was sitting on a bunch of money and they stole money and they're covering up by saying the cameras went out, or I don't know. I mean, sometimes there's a possibility of that, but not every time. Not every time. Sometimes things just happen the way they are, but like you said, it's 4 hours. Those little cameras, they memory cards. They don't be having space for 4 hours of footage. That's a lot of footage, and footage is big, like this size wise. When it comes to gigabytes, or megabytes, they can get really big. We got major issues with DV, so cops in between. Oh, I got you. Well, that's definitely. I mean, I understand that. Hey, when you say DV, you mean domestic? Is that what you mean? Domestic V? But yeah, film not guy is very bad. Guy threatened to kill partner. Very, very bad. Yeah. And then I know, but I assume because the Aboriginal guy was involved, it's definitely taking a different approach. And some are probably saying it's racially motivated, or even though he was, in the act of committing a crime, a very heinous crime. So, but yeah, Well, like I said, I mean, as we see it, it worked. Hopefully, it will fix whatever. Hope it'll fix whatever the crashes is, because it's crashed the last. It's crashed 3 streams of the last like 5. They fight against aboriginal deaths in custody, which is for sure. Yeah, I do understand that part. I do understand that. Yeah, especially with what's going on here. Yeah, I definitely understand that. But when they quote raw numbers, they include people who are in jail from old age, cancer, like, come on. Oh, yeah. I mean, technically, I guess you could say it still counts because it's in custody. So it still technically counts, even though it's from something that has nothing to do with it. Because they would have passed anyway because of them being old, you know what I'm saying? Older. So I understand your point, but I understand what they're trying to prove. I understand that. But I understand your point, though. It is 4. And I just wanted to get on to see if it's going to give me an issue. It's been 30 minutes and I haven't done anything. The last stream we did for Mandalorian, it cut off in the last... Well, we got the whole show, but it was at the end when we started talking about it is when the stream froze. So, but I mean, in due time, you know, when I'll be able to actually buy the rest of the parts for the computer, we'll be able to get away from these issues, you know what I'm saying? So, but that's gonna be a while because it's gotta be able to raise money that I don't need to spend on regular life bills. 12 Aboriginal died in custody last year, 10 of old age, 1 cancer. I got you. I wonder what's the total number of Aboriginal in custody or prison. See, all good. It's working okay. Yeah, it seems like it. So, like I said, hopefully we'll be stream tomorrow. It'll be fine. Because I might do 1 or 2 streams tomorrow. It depends. And then, of course, Thursday, I want to do. I think it's Boston versus Milwaukee on Thursday, but that's like at the 6:30 hour. So I think it's Boston versus Milwaukee. I felt that because Zach just did Pelicans versus Warriors, doing a Pelicans game. I think it's Pelicans versus Lakers, I believe. So they want to do 2 Pelicans games back to back. So it's only 2 games that day, of course, and it's Boston Celtics versus the Milwaukee Bucks. And I figure what it's going, us on the playoff push right now, that's probably a very good matchup to stream. I will be up for 30-week scan, so I won't be around. Okay. Well, just take care. Take care of yourself. Take care of the wife, man. Hope everything else is going well with you as far as the business, the babies, pregnancy, all that good stuff. Appreciate you being part of the fam. Appreciate you coming on this channel as well. I'm trying to just build it back up because it used to be a lot more people coming on, but like I said, losing the laptop, that's what that was. Losing the laptop for a while, that kind of messed up the progress that was being built up. So, it is what it is. But thank you for stopping by. I truly appreciate you. With Ja out, I only had Clay today, so fell to third. I miss adding the Memphis. I'm going to freeze against early game. Oh. Well, I mean, what's there? Still like, what, 6 games left? 5 games left? We'll see how. You might be able to make it up. But I have all 10 playing tomorrow, so I'm gonna. Oh, yeah, you should be fine then. You should be fine. Let me look at the schedule tomorrow. Because, I mean, let's see. Oh, yeah. So you got Milwaukee, Indiana, Houston, Brooklyn, Miami, New York, Dallas, Philadelphia. That could be an interesting game. But then the way Dallas is playing might not be. LA, Chicago, Clippers, Memphis. That's going to be a good game. But it's not on TV. Detroit, Oklahoma, Utah, San Antonio, Minnesota, and Phoenix, Sacramento, Portland. That Minnesota Phoenix could be interesting because Minnesota's on a 5-game win streak going into Phoenix. So if they continue this win streak, it could knock down Phoenix a peg on the standings. Yeah, that could be interesting. That could be really interesting, to be honest with you. Let's see, because Phoenix is in 4th, and they're not really in a tie record-wise. They have 40 and 35. Clippers has 40 and 36. Warriors are 40 and 37. But if Minnesota wins, that puts them at 40 and 37 as well. And that will boost. It's going to be bouncing between Warriors and Minnesota being 6th and 7th until maybe Phoenix or Clippers lose. If the Clippers and Phoenix lose and the Warriors win and if Minnesota both win, they both will be able to move up 1. In New Orleans, they lost tonight, but it just depends on who they have next. I should win. Oh wait, I'm gonna catch one guy in points and gain back 1 in field goals. I should win, but need some luck with field goals. Gotta decide if I play Dinwiddie though. What's your other option besides Dinwiddie? Who does Minnesota have left? Minnesota has. They have the Suns. Oh wait, is Kevin Durant back tomorrow though? If KD is back tomorrow, then I don't know. I don't know about that anymore. You see, Minnesota got Phoenix, LA, Portland, Brooklyn, San Antonio, New Orleans. So Phoenix, because they've been playing kind of terrible, that's a toss-up right now. LA's been playing really well, so that might be a loss for Minnesota. They play Portland. They should beat Portland. They play Brooklyn. They should beat Brooklyn. They play San Antonio. They should beat San Antonio. And with the Pelicans coming up the rear, Pelicans are probably going to be fighting hard to win that game. So they're probably going to lose that game. But it's also in Minnesota. So out of the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games, Minnesota can actually win 4 games. They can actually win 4 games. Because they beat Sacramento and they beat Golden State, 2 teams they shouldn't have beat. Because right now Sacramento has one of the highest scoring teams in the league right now. Let's see. New York and Cavs is tied for 4th, 5th. Let's see. Go back up. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, not. But Cavs have the lead though, because they have 48 wins and Knicks got 43. So, but I mean, depending on how the rest of the season bowls out with the next 5 or 6 games that's left, Brooklyn is still in 6th place. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. Miami is in the play-in. What the hell? Miami had a great start to the season. Just fell off. So it's Miami, Atlanta, Toronto, and Chicago in 7, 8, 9, 10. I would assume Toronto would win in there, and I would assume Miami to win in there. I could just play no one to save the game. Is that how that works? I bench RJ for field goals, plus he doesn't add much elsewhere. Oh, yeah. I mean, you got to play smart to preserve your win or lead. I'm giving Portis another crack as Giannis is resting. They're resting Giannis again? Wait. Hold on. Let me go back. Mini is still my dark horse. I said that in your preview video for the season. If Mini click with Cat, they could go on the run. I mean, I don't see them coming out the. I don't see them winning anything. Okay, let's see. So, oh yeah, okay. Portis against Indiana could be a good move. That could be a good move. Looking at it, yeah, that could be a good move. East is about who gets first, second, and third. We'll go 7 and B beat up. I mean, right now they kind of clinched. Wait, who's eliminated from playoffs? Charlotte and Detroit and San Antonio, Houston. Okay, not really surprised. Clinch division, clinch playoff berth, next. So Milwaukee clinched the division. Boston, Philly, and Cleveland all clinched playoff berths already. Let's see, Milwaukee against. Would that be Milwaukee against New York? The East playoffs are going to be interesting. The East playoffs are going to be really interesting. Who is set in the West? Golden State will be a threat. Denver. Then who? It's just Denver and Memphis. Denver and Memphis both have a clinch division because they have 51 wins, 48 wins. Sacramento's up. Sacramento's close. They're 45 and 30. So let's see what Phoenix rest of their schedule looking like. So Phoenix, like we said, Minnesota tomorrow, Denver. Regardless if KD is there or not, it should be an interesting matchup for them. And they play Denver twice. That's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be very interesting. So Minnesota, if KD, depending on if KD plays and how he's playing, if he's truly 100%. Yeah, to Phoenix, but at the same time, Minnesota has been playing very well. So I want Minnesota to win that game. Then versus Denver for Phoenix, their next game on Friday, which if KD's there, like I said, it won't be easy because Denver has a really good squad, but it won't be super difficult either. You know what I'm saying? So that both of those two I kind of think are toss-ups, since KD's, of course, the X factor. I can't see them losing to Oklahoma City. They're gonna beat San Antonio. Then they play Denver again, and I think it really depends on what happens on Friday. Then they play Los Angeles, and I know it's weird to say that, but Los Angeles has been playing well. They have been playing well, really, really well. But I still feel like Phoenix is gonna win that one. Then they play the Clippers. That's going to be a hell of a matchup for the last game of the season. Clippers versus Suns. That's going to be a great match to watch. Memphis is all over the place. I mean, from a form point. You said from a form point now, not who has clinched. Yeah, very true. It's because they don't have a true identity. Their identity they believe they have is this. I know the words dynasty have come up before, but that's not really what their identity is. They're really like the disruptors. You know, they have so many like athletic players at each position, and they're actually really good at their positions. The cockiness of them all is what gets them in trouble because they talk too much. So it's like you talk too much to the wrong players. I don't think Phoenix has had time to gel right. I don't think so either, but I still know that if KD's 100%, he's still just an X factor though. You know what I'm saying? Dallas may not even. Yeah, that's weird. Freaking Dallas was so high in the rankings too. Oh, let's go back. There we go. Yeah, because they were 4th at one point. They're now 11th. They dropped so far. Damn, they are 11th. I just now realized they're 11th. I thought they were in the play-in. They're out the play-in. Damn. Heat in Dallas now. Crazy to think. Yeah, that's really crazy. Memphis needs Adams without it. Yeah, they definitely him. He's a presence they can't win without him. Without him, they aren't a true threat. He is the balance of Ja, the anchor. I agree with you on that. I agree with you 100%. Watching them play a couple times without him, you can see they still look good, but there's you can see that there's something missing. You can see it. Phoenix can't make it on talent alone, just force it like a dream team, individual efforts carry. Yeah. And that's what I'm thinking. The question with Phoenix though is how will they perform actually in the playoffs? The one thing that they've had issues with that we've seen multiple times, they fall apart. They fall apart physically and like just emotionally. Like they fall apart. They start doing too much of Chris Paul tricks, and it comes back to haunt them, and it comes back to bite them in the tail at the very end. You know what I'm saying? And then also the other question is, will Chris Paul physically be able to make it through the different rounds? Every round every time he's gotten injured. The closest was when the Warriors played when he was in Houston, and they actually were like that close to knocking the Warriors out. Then he got injured, and the Warriors just took over. It's like that was probably the closest moment he had of taking the Warriors out. We need to go to State versus Phoenix series somehow. That would be interesting because everybody's been talking about that, and even like last year when everybody thought Phoenix was the best team, and I know I said it. I said they aren't the team y'all think they are, and I was right. I still think they aren't the team that we think they are, that people think they are. I just know that they have KD, so KD is the ultimate X factor, like But it is what it is. Because sitting right now, and we all know New Orleans doesn't deserve it. I mean, if we're looking at this as being what's going to happen last game of the season, it's going to be tough for them to get out the play-in. Like what Zach was saying, like they need to be in a position. It's true, because getting in the play-in, that might not be. They might not be able to get out of it. Like I understand the point of playing, but it's so difficult to get in there and play that extra game or two. Because I mean, right now, if I'm looking at the play-in, I'm saying Minnesota and Los Angeles. That's what I'm saying. Minnesota, Los Angeles. That'll be 7. Minnesota will be 7. Los Angeles will be 8. But I mean, if because Dallas and Oklahoma City got the same record. They're just a half game behind Los Angeles. They're 1 game behind New Orleans, and they're 2 games behind Minnesota. They just got to play consistently, and just put up some dubs. But they got to hope that Pelicans, Minnesota, Los Angeles, and Thunder just drop games that more likely they're not gonna really do. If they had one play-in game, I'd be all for it. 8 versus 9 done as is. It's so dumb, just ratings. You know what I was telling Zach, the reason why I think they did it the way they did is because the Lakers and the Warriors were both out when they decided to introduce this. So when they decided to introduce this, it potentially gave the Warriors and Lakers the potential to be in the playoffs together, and eventually Steph playing LeBron. I'm like, that's what I felt. That's what I felt 100%. Because NBA without the Warriors in the playoffs, they don't have good ratings. They just don't. But I mean, because the NBA can survive without LeBron in the playoffs. It cannot survive without Steph in the playoffs, and then it can't survive without both. So I mean, they prefer to have one or the other, but ratings wise, if they really had to pick, Steph. The games he plays are some of the highest viewed games in the NBA, and it's been that way for like the last 5 years. It's not even a competition. But the Dallas thing is so crazy. Like everybody's just quick to blame Kyrie. Like everybody's like, "Oh, Kyrie." I'm like, how about we blame the fact that when they traded for Kyrie, yeah, it's a great pickup, but you traded your only true defensive player, your true lockdown defender. You traded him away, got rid of him, and now you have two players that are great offensive threats, but they don't play a lick of defense. They don't play defense. Luka don't play defense. He don't like to guard because he likes to, he wants to be the man, so he wants to save all the energy up so he can be on offense. But he don't play defense. Kyrie plays some defense, but at a point he just stops playing. Then you have, your boy Dinwiddie, good offense. Oh no, Dinwiddie's gone. Kleber. Max Kleber finally decided to show up, even though he's been with them for how many years now, and you decided to show up the last month. Like, where have you been this whole time? Knocking down threes all of a sudden, playing actual good defense. Like, what now? Said Luka been hurt and he is close to getting a 1-game ban. Imagine he misses game 82 or playing. That would be crazy. They got Kyrie just so others didn't. That's probable. Very probable. Very, very probable. Stupid, but probable. But I mean, their owner is a millionaire. Doesn't mean he's a smart millionaire about certain things. Because the one thing that we've said about Dallas that I think is so true, to have that kind of money where you can make the moves you need to make, but you don't bolster your defense. And your coach is known for being a defensive-minded coach, but you don't bolster your defense. They didn't got ran up out of the playoffs how many times because they didn't have defense? Part of it is because the shooters they put around them don't shoot well under pressure. So that's part of it too. But you don't have defense. There's not too many people on your team actually play defense. And because of that, Kyrie and Luka have to go for 60 every game. Every game. That's why Luka got injured the first time. Then Luka gets injured. All of a sudden you realize, damn, Brunson kind of good. You get rid of Brunson. I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I couldn't name another Dallas player currently. I collect NBA cards. You know better than I do. Because you see names more than I do because you do the fantasy. But that squad, man, like, we call him 4th place Luka over here. Really, to y'all? Not 4th place Luka. Let me see. Let me look at that roster real quick. Okay. So, Davis Bertans. He's getting paid $16 million to stand still. Reggie Bullock. He's supposed to be a corner 3 shooter. He don't hit when he's supposed to. Luka needs to drop some weight and get his stamina up and play some damn defense. Josh Green, they don't really play him. Tim Hardaway Jr., he do all this, but don't back it up with his game and getting paid $20 million. Jaden Hardy, he actually looked good last game. I'll give him props. Justin Holiday, do they even play that dude? Like what? Do they even play that dude? Kyrie Irving, still one of the best point guards in the game. He just gotta play more defense. He has to play more defense. To be getting paid $40 million, I need some defense. Max Kleber, dude is 6'10". He's making $9 million. I was say $9 million. And he just started playing like, what, 2 months ago? He been with them for how long? Why did y'all pick up Jerome McGee if you're not going to use him? If you're not going to utilize the dude will run himself to death for you. Just look what he did for the Warriors. They let him be free. And the dude almost had an asthma attack on the sideline trying to help them win. Like, come on, man. Like, play the dude. He's a good basketball player. Markieff Morris, they don't utilize him when they should. Even though him and his brother are dirty. They deserve 11th. Yes, they do. They do. Markieff Morris and his brother are both dirty. I know him more than this one. But at the same time, he plays good defense. You're paying him 1.8 to do nothing. Frank Ntilikina, we hardly ever see him play anymore. Theo Pinson, I think I just seen him in the first game like a week ago. Dwight Powell, what is the purpose of having him on the team? He is in the NBA because he's 6'10". He is in the NBA because he's 6'10". He's one of those people when you look at him like, you're not good at anything, but you're in the NBA because you're 6'10". Christian Wood, he got to play some defense. He got to get his defense on. Dude 6'9", can ball on occasion. The talent is there, but you got to show up. Then you got McKinley Wright the fourth. I have no idea who you are. I'm assuming he's a rookie because he don't have a dollar amount by his name. And then AJ Lawson, they don't have the picture for you. So if they don't respect you because they don't have a picture, what am I supposed to do? I don't think any of the roster apart from Luka and Kyrie would start on any team. Start? You might be right. Maybe Christian Wood? But like on a subpar team, maybe? I mean, I know JaVale started for the Warriors once or twice when they switched up the game plan. So, I mean, I know he can. And I think he started for the Lakers once or twice. But besides that, honestly, no. I think you're right. Tim Hardaway at one point was a starter. Then he got injured, and then he lost that place. But besides that, no. So, Dallas doesn't make the play-in. Does J.K. get fired this year? Maybe one guy makes a choice. Well, I can see Christian Wood playing on another team. I can see JaVale McGee on another team because his abilities are needed. Tim Hardaway would be like third string point guard or shooting forward, small forward, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's about it. That's a bad team. Tell me Taiwan Dwight could help there. Yeah, but they wouldn't know how to use them. Part of the problem too on offense too is what I noticed last year in the playoffs is everyone stands around and watches Luka. There's not too much movement. When they were playing with Brunson and the players were moving, and Brunson was hitting them with the dimes, and they were getting shots off, they look so good. They look so good. Like, and I was a little bit worried about that squad, but then when Luka came back and he started hogging that ball again, I was like, I'm not worried about that because you just let Luka tire himself out. Luka's stamina is trash. That's the one thing he don't have. His stamina is terrible. It's like when Jordan got tired of getting beat up by the Pistons and he hit the gym. You know what I'm saying? He started actually lifting weights and got bulkier. When everybody from the Bulls got bulkier, when they came back, they put in work and won their first title. If Luka gets in a pretty decent game physical shape with his stamina, he's nasty. Dallas with just Luka, like watching playing for But I mean, but what you said about the roster wouldn't be started anywhere else, yeah, I mean, you're right. You're absolutely right. And it's crazy to think that everybody thinks that team was like the title team. They thought that was the title team for a minute. Pass Will the ball. That's so funny. I need to grab that clip. But to be honest, the East may be more fun to watch in the beginning because of the teams that are already solidified. So they had no depth, but thought trading 3 guys for one was a good deal. Yeah. Once again, I said he's a millionaire. I didn't say he was a smart millionaire. But I think the way Mark Cuban put together that team, I don't understand what he's doing half of the time. It's like, why are you keeping these guys? Why are you keeping Kleber? Why are you keeping Bartons? Like, why are you keeping them? I'm like, and I'm like, they can't be just a J Kidd. J Kidd don't have that kind of power to override anybody, right? To say these are the guys we're going to win with, because they're not winning a title with that crew. And if they do, hey, more power to them. But I just don't see it. I don't see it. I just don't see it. Luka get into a title game with that team, he's gonna have to do what LeBron did the first time he met the Warriors, but have to win it. You know what I'm saying? Because he'd have to easily go for 50 a game. And part of the problem, him having no real stamina, he overdoes it, overstretches himself, and that's how he gets injured, because he puts everything on his own back. I mean, if Dallas got Durant and not Kyrie, I'd get it. But adding a scoring guard to Luka doesn't make no sense. But it still be the same thing, similar, because they both ISO players. Because KD is ISO player, Kyrie's ISO player, and Luka's ISO player. And they're ball dominant ISO players. Kyrie has proven that he can play with other ball dominant players, so that's much respect to him for that. He has proven that, because he let Harden take the reins, and then Harden just kick rocks. You say he'd be that shitty? Oh yeah, it probably would be. But I think they would still be probably close to the play-in. You know what I'm saying? I think they still would be close to the play-in, because the rest of the team would still be the same. Because they might, for KD, they might have even lost more than 3 players. Because KD is valued way higher than Kyrie. Especially after last season, KD's value is way higher than Kyrie's. But I still think for Luka to be this amazing talent, he's on the wrong team, man. I don't know where he could go to be successful, but I don't know if Dallas is the place for him to be. I mean, could Shea and Luka exist together? Because Shea's not really super ball dominant. The jersey ended up not doing too bad with all except Ben. When the trade was made and KD was still there, I was like, oh, they actually have defenders now. So even with Ben, I was thinking this team can still make the playoffs with KD still there. And look, lo and behold, they're currently in 6th place without KD, without Kyrie. So this team would have made playoffs. With KD still there, they're probably in 4th. They're probably in 4th instead of 6th. That's crazy. The Ben part kills them. 50% of old Ben and debut. Exactly. 50%. I think everything that happened and how society has basically murdered his whole persona. He's not there. Basketball form. You know what I'm saying? He's probably, still okay as far as Ben Simmons, but NBA player Ben Simmons, his mental is so fractured when it comes to NBA. He needs to sit down with a psychiatrist. I really feel that because his game has gotten even worse. Whoever gets them in round 1 will be thinking sweet like a bot. Yes, they will be thinking that, but it ain't gonna be that sweet though. Especially if it. Let me see. Oh, let's see if playoffs was today. Let's see how they rank it up. Thank you.
Was twice did was next crunch.
Oh, thank you. What do you say? Oh, that's fine. What? It's ESPN. You tell me I can't go to ESPN? Okay, so if we, so they need to find that Space Jam ball. Maybe they oh, that's so wrong. Says he's like an avatar on court, or like Charles Barkley in Space Jam. That's funny. That's funny. So come back each day to see what's going on. So if playoffs happens today, they're thinking, see, playoffs play today. Philadelphia could be playing Brooklyn. But Suns versus Clippers for playoffs? That could be a fun series. Right now they're predicting it to be Pelicans in 8th and Minnesota in 7th. That could be interesting though. Sorry about the loud crunch. My brother's testing something out. Some different recipes. For Ben to save his career, come play NBL for 2 seasons, spend the entire offseason with the Boomers, and play Olympics. He needs to get his groove back. He needs Apollo to run with him on the bench. I think he needs something, and if that will work, he needs something to get him back into who he once was. Because I'm not like, yeah, he wasn't the most athletic player before, but he was still better than what he is right now. And I think, like I said, I think a lot of it has to do with his mental. And I think he needs to go to sit down with a psychiatrist. I honestly think that. But I don't know, man. I don't know. But he definitely needs something. The Memphis and Tennessee thing, this time around it can be very different because Minnesota is a different type of beast if they end up playing each other. I mean, right now, which I kind of figured it'd be more likely the Warriors end up playing Sacramento, which will be a tough matchup for part of the series. Play NBL and force him to shoot and score. Average a triple-double. Needs to be a superstar here. Have crowds cheer for him again, fill arenas. Oh, just to kind of feel like he's the man again, to get to feel that adoration of the crowd and not the condemning of a crowd like here in the States. That could help for his mental. I could see that. Memphis versus Manny again could be awesome. Ja versus Rudy versus Adams. I think if it happens this time around, we'll probably have the same results. Maybe. I don't know. I can't even say that for sure. But also, Memphis has grown. There's a plus and minuses to how they've matured over the past season. Bane is slowly and quietly probably their best player. Ja is a talent all of his own, yes. But all around player, I think Bane is probably their best player. And Jaren Jackson is an outstanding defensive and he's a great offensive player. I think those two, disregarding Ja, I think those two players, if Ja was to be kicked, suspended for the year because of all the drama, those two players can still lead them to the playoffs because they're both solid players, and I think they will be solid leaders. At least I think Jaren Jackson will. Philly versus Brooklyn's potential. Cleveland versus New York. And the Cleveland versus New York could be very wild. But New York has been playing such good basketball. I feel sorry for RJ Barry getting lost in the crowd. Most of Memphis would start for them. Well, yeah. I agree with that. So we can possibly get Miami and Boston again. Then we can get Miami and Boston again. We can get Minnesota and Memphis again. And everybody else, every other matchup is technically new. Wait, did Milwaukee play Atlanta their first time? Might have been. I can't remember. But Denver Pelicans, that's going to be a tough matchup. If Pelicans play their basketball game and not be so loose with the rock, pass efficiently, and hopefully they have the two players back, could be they won't be they'll be the underdog, heavy underdog, but they can win it with that crew. Philly versus New York, New Jersey in round 1, 4-1 at worst. Yeah, yeah. I just think that Brooklyn, through all the turmoil, to still make it is a positive, very good positive for next year for them. Very good positive. I see them killing them before, then resting before they got to arm wrestle with Boston. Oh yeah, I couldn't see Atlanta beating Milwaukee. I couldn't see that, not at all. Who said whoopa? Do you think Boston runs through Miami this time, or they have very similar trouble that they did last year? Love to see it in New York versus Bucks second round. That could be like in a cool old school game. You know what I'm saying? Randall can elevate to top tier player in the league. I like Randall though. I felt he was gonna be something when he was back in LA. LA didn't think so because they got rid of his ass for LeBron. Okay. Well, we've been streaming for an hour and it's been okay. No freezes, no. So that might have the update for the hot fix might have worked. But I still have another update I'm just trying to do yet because I think if I do the update I can't use the system properly. But I was about to say Nets because I'm looking at the New York. But Nate, thank you for chilling while here, man, this whole time and just talking some good sports. I hope your 10 teams come out tomorrow swinging heavy and you jump back to first. Unlikely, but it's a team that could. They don't have bazookas, but they got plenty of machine guns. Got like 10 teams. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if they were to take down the Bucks, oh my God, that'd be the story of the entire playoffs. Because right now, when you look at the East, you think Milwaukee, Boston, 76ers, top 3. That's what you're thinking. Really, Milwaukee, Boston. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how well the experiment with Philly has been working to them. Like, they do have a really good record, you know what I'm saying, per se. But Harden, he does not score like he used to. He was averaging like 19 points when he was averaging 26, 27 the previous seasons, you know? I don't know, man. RJ or Dinwiddie? You made the pick? I like Dinwiddie. I like Dinwiddie a lot. Dinwiddie, when I look at it, reminds me of an old school player. RJ Barrett does have a high ceiling. I think he might not be in the right place for him to benefit from his high ceiling. He might, like a San Antonio. RJ in San Antonio could be really good. And he'll learn under the right coaching staff that could utilize him. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know they're in a rebuild phase. So they might not go for RJ. But then they might because he's kind of a veteran compared to what they have now, you know? So. But, yeah. But thank you, man. Like I said, stop by. Keep me company while I was doing this little test to see what's going on. I got 11 playing, so I can play up to 10. I'm sticking with Dinwiddie. Yeah, I would stick with Dinwiddie too. I think he'll have a good game. Okay, I'm gonna go see you later. Well, like I know you said you might be busy on Thursday, but if you are able to stop by, just stop by quick, say hello. That'd be cool. If not, I totally understand. Appreciate you, man. Love you guys. Thank you for being part of the channel. Thank you for being part of this experience on here as well as on Real Fan Sports. Love you guys. Talk to you later. And this was just a test stream. This stream will not be available for review. I'm gonna private this instantly. But talk to you guys later. Not even gonna do an outro. Just peace, love. I'm out, you guys.